Hi guys, it's Kimberly Cox from Magical Mommy Spot, where we talk about neurodivergent parenting in a neurotypical world. Today is a Monday motivation, and I have like nothing planned for you guys. Well, I did, but I haven't recorded it, and I don't have my notes in front of me, and it's like 9:30 in the morning. So, I come to you and am just in this real life sort of in between doing loads of laundry. I have, this is real life. I have like garbage sitting right out here that needs to go out and a full dumpster, so I'm going to have to walk it down about 3 blocks to the other dumpster. Yeah, this is just how we roll. So, I guess that brings me to a perfect topic to talk about today. And that is, even when life isn't perfect, you just keep rolling with it. Um, I feel very much like there are days when we have it and we're all on it and we get everything on our list done and we're super proud of ourselves and we're killing it. And then we have days, especially as neurodivergent parents, where it's like, I did that like 2 or 3 days in a row, maybe, or I did a really big one. And now I suddenly have been taking spoons from these couple of days over here, and I have nothing left for right now. And we just kind of go into this space of not having it. And I think that a lot of us have this idea of balance as okay, like everything gets done every day, and balance is not that, especially for those of us who are neurodivergent. It is much more a a lot of we like do a lot of stuff on one day, and then maybe we change it up and do a lot of stuff in another area on another day, and we rest like a whole day, and it at the end, when you look at the big picture, at the end it is balanced. But it takes us quite a bit to like wrap it around our brain that that's okay. That is us. That is who we are. And you know, neurotypicals would like for us to always be on and always get everything done, and your house is always clean and you shower daily, and I mean, maybe not, maybe your house isn't spotless. I think a lot of people would be, especially if you're a parent, have kids, whatever, but like the main stuff is done. And I feel like for me personally, I have goals of like, okay, dishes are done. Dishes are in the dishwasher before bed, and I start it when I go to bed. Um, that's like a big goal, and that's like if I hit my morning routine and I hit that, I would say that's winning. I try to remember to take a few, take some time to do something that I enjoy every day. So if that's playing a game, sometimes I'll play, like, a lot of times I'll jump on one of my kids' tablets and play solitaire. I used to play with actual playing cards. And my children have lost all my playing cards for like the 17th time. So now I play online. And there's my kitty cat. Well, one of them. Um, this is, let's just a perspective. This is, when we can change our perspective on how we see things, it helps. So the dumpster in my apartment complex has been full. They dump it like twice a week, but it's still the amount of people that use it, it gets full really fast. And then like the last day before it gets dumped again, it's bad. And it's been icy and cold, and so I've just been putting it out here on the patio to take it down, because like today it's supposed to be 65. So perspective. I could be really, really frustrated with myself. Like, oh my goodness, you're supposed to take your garbage out daily. Like, what are you thinking? My cat is sitting here because there have been birds and squirrels that have come up on my porch and have taken chips and stuff out of that one bag that's closest to the door. And I'm like, we wouldn't get to see that if I had taken those off. If they had been down in the thing, we wouldn't get to hang out and see the birds and the squirrels and stuff. Am I Do I probably need to, you know, put a little more effort into taking it out downstairs and everything? I will also say that it is technically one of my kids' jobs to do that, but that is a story for another video. The idea is you have to be able to look at things a different way. I could be upset because look at what you're doing, look at how far behind you are and whatever. But instead, I am able to view this and watch this cuteness. And okay, it's like one trip down the stairs here in a little bit. I'm going to have to walk it over to another dumpster. But yeah, like, I think motivation wise, we tend to lose motivation quickly when we start to not have the energy to do stuff. And that's one of the things that I think it's actually, I'm kind of glad that all of this happened the way that it did, because it would not have been something that I probably would have talked about today, but it's true. We have to come from a place where we're able to say, okay, like, life isn't perfect, but it has perfect moments, and we can always find the good in everything. There's always good. Somewhere there is good in what's going on. Sometimes the bad feels like it's overwhelming and you're drowning and you're never going to get out of it. But I promise you, it's preparing you to be a better version of yourself. And I think that that is something where, especially as neurodivergents, we've spent our life, especially those of us who have been diagnosed later in life as adults, we've been kind of shoved into these boxes and tried to, you need to fit into this box because this is what normal is. And we're not, and we never will be. That's not how our brain works. And in order for us to have success in ourselves, we have to go from who we are and what is the way our brain works. And I think when we can kind of pull away from society, and yeah, society's going to be like, oh, this, oh, that, oh, what, you know what? We have to live in society. There are things we have to do. I keep trying to tell my kids, like, you do still have to live in society. There's things that you're going to have to get used to doing. That being said, you do not have to conform completely. This is not you have to be in this box because that's what everybody else wants you to be in. Like in our house, this is how things happen. And I think knowing the ebbs and flows, and sometimes it is really, really difficult because we want to be judgmental on ourselves and we want to force ourselves and be like, oh, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. But if you look back on what is happening in the course of a longer period of time, okay? You look back on it and it's like, oh, okay, like, you know, I hate like doing, okay, we're here and like this thing happened and this thing happened and this thing happened back here that equals out to everything being balanced. So I guess that's my tip I'm going to leave you with. This has been a very, like, in between loads of laundry, everything's got to be done, kind of, you know, short little video here. But I just really want to emphasize the fact that, like, balance is not what we think it is. Balance is over the course of the long picture. Balance is sometimes I need a day or two or sometimes 3 to come back from the pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself. And I think that is okay. It is okay if you do a little tiny bit every day. And it's also okay if you go do a lot at one time and then later on you're like, okay, like I need a break. Everybody works differently and everybody feels differently about things. You have to find what works for you and stop worrying about like everybody else. Stop worrying about what your friends say and your, family says, and, do what you can do when you can do it. And I think that as we as parents start to take and adapt that kind of thinking, we're going to help our kids in the long run, because a lot of our kids, like a lot of us as kids, saw our parents just stress and stress and stress over getting stuff done, getting stuff done, getting stuff done. And if it wasn't a parent, it was a grandparent or something that was just like on it all the time, boom, boom, boom. That like it wore us out just watching them. And now, like, we have that ability to break that cycle. We have the ability to say, okay, no. This is not how it works for us. And then we have the ability to help our children find what works for them. And as we help our children find what works for them, they're going to benefit from it, because they're going to have an easier time in life if they realize that, like, okay, there are some days when I'm, going to be on it and some days I'm not. Or there's going to be some, like, I'm going to have to set up little bitty habits so that certain things get done every day. For me, a morning routine is a must, and that is one of the little habits that I have set up, that I have to have that time in order to regulate myself and get myself ready for the day. But I don't necessarily have to do laundry every day. I don't necessarily have to film a video every day or something like that. So those are things that I can batch out. And as we start to figure all of that out, we start to realize, like, okay, there's a balance in all of this, and it really is going to be okay. I hope that you guys have an amazing week. I'm going to sign off now. This is Kimberly Cox from Magical Mommy Spot. Hope you guys have a wonderful week.